Well, I couldn't resist this little foamy fighter from Temu for £14. Let's see what you get here. Right, so here it is. Instructions are in English. Looks like fun. I figured it was going to be, I've had something similar before. I figured it was going to be steering just by differential and elevation just by power up and down. So that's what we've got. A couple of little vertical stabs to stick on. Charging lead, battery, spare prop, undercarriage. And what's that extra lead? Oh yes, look at that, you've even got some little LEDs to stick on it. And of course, a little transmitter. Up, down, left, right, yeah. And it probably needs a couple of AAAs. Well anyway, it looks like fun. I'm going to put it together, and when we get a day with pretty much zero wind, I'll see if the thing actually flies. Right, so there it is assembled, if you can use that word. Not much to it really. Rubber nose cone on, because no doubt it's going to dive into the ground a few times. I've just pushed those in. I've stuck the LED strips along the bottom here. Bit of Scotch crystal on there to hold that in. And I've put a strip of Scotch crystal tape over the top of that, because of course these won't be waterproof, so if you're flying it and the grass is wet, it's not doing much good. Undercarriage just pushes into these slots dead easy, and that's of course where the battery goes, under that little hatch. Got an on-off switch there. So battery charging, as soon as the wind drops a bit and I can get out there, I'll see if this thing actually flies. I'd be very surprised if it takes off from the ground. But anyway, what do you expect for £14? Right, well there it is, ready to go. Batteries in, and LEDs on. I've turned it on, woo, and look at that, it wants to go. Right, I can't wait to get out there with this. Okay, you can hear the differential in the steering there. It seems to be pushing a fair bit of air. Oh yeah, oh well, that's a bit of fun anyway, isn't it? Just a couple of quick things to add. Put the batteries in. I'm not sure why that slides out, but I imagine this little transmitter is probably used for other bits of kit where you're flying FPV, so it's probably designed to take a bracket. There's no explanation on the information there, so I'm going to leave that off. It makes it much easier to get this out, and that means I can also get the antenna out here. So coming up will be the very exciting test flight of this SU30. Don't go away. Right, well I managed to drag myself out of bed before midday to get up here because I thought there'd be no wind. But there is a bit more breeze than I would have liked to try this little lightweight SU30. But still, we give it a go. And note that I'm wearing long pants and shoes because I'm pretty sure at some point it's going to end up in this scrub, and walking through that with sandals and shorts on is very painful. So let's give it a go. Right, so wind is coming from there. Right, I'm going to give it half throttle initially to see if it will even do level flight. And it does do level flight, and it does level flight, but it's not climbing. So what we're going to do is trim the elevators, give them a little bend. One advantage of this stuff is you get a nice soft landing, but we're going to trim the elevators because, as you saw, full throttle it wouldn't actually climb, and that is the only way you can get altitude with this. But it did turn. Right, so a little bend up here and a little bend up there. Try and do it equal, otherwise of course it's going to turn. But actually I thought level flight was pretty good. Are we ready, folks? A nice high throw. Actually, yeah, with a bit of trim it does fly. Can I get it to come back? No, not quite. Well, as you saw, it was climbing a bit, and I did have some control, but couldn't really get any altitude. I don't think there's enough power there, to be honest. I'm wondering if I take the undercarriage off, there'll be less weight. A couple of grams might make a difference. Right, well, I'll give a little bit more up trim. only a little tiny bit, and try it without the undercarriage. Are we ready? Right, here we go. Windows drop completely. Oh, that's better. I'll throttle back a little bit. Oh yeah, now I've got it trimmed better. Look at that. It does fly. That is amazing. £14 and it does fly. In fact, it's fun to fly. And I'm adjusting altitude with throttle. Oh yeah, I can't believe that actually flies. So let's come in for a beautiful landing. Slowly, 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 slowly. Look at that, it's prop hanging. Oh, how about that? That actually flies. Oh, I'm just so shocked. Right, well there you go. The herald of the upper air SU30 that I bought actually, and I'm not on commission, but I bought it from Temu for £14 and it actually flies. So who'd have thought? Anyway, I hope you found that interesting. If you enjoyed it, please give it a like, and why not check out some of the other stuff, on my channel. Loads of RC stuff there, particularly lots of little gliders conversions, very cheap, and other stuff. Right, catch you later. Bye for now. Oh yeah, now I've got it trimmed better. Look at that. It does fly. That is amazing. £14 and it does fly.